right, I am with Craig from the AbleGamers charity. How are you doing, Craig?
Good, how are you?
I am great. Having a good MAGFest so far?
Yep, absolutely.
You are with the AbleGamers charity. Tell us a little bit about AbleGamers for those that don't know.
Cool. So AbleGamers, we're a charity that helps gamers with disabilities. We work within the video game industry to help make gaming more accessible. So we have a guide online developers can read for free to find out how to add colorblind mode, button remapping, all of that good stuff, as well as we are able to grant out equipment to people. So if somebody needs a one-handed controller, a head tracking unit, mouth controllers, we're able to give that out to people.
So people that might be watching this going, well, you know, maybe I don't have a need for those accessibility things, but I really want to make sure more people can game. What can people watching or listening to this do to help?
So there's a number of things, you know. You could always set up a charity live stream, raise some funds. You can always just check out the guide and add accessible options, or even just retweet a tweet. A lot of the times people don't realize that there is a need for accessible gaming until they see that there's people that need it.
And what are you guys doing here at MAGFest? Are you here to just kind of get the word out about the charity, talk to people about accessibility, or what are you doing here at the show?
A little bit of both. So, you know, we're working with some game devs. We're saying, hey, we're checking out some games, giving some feedback, as well as we're selling some t-shirts, raising some funds so we can continue doing what we're doing.
And have you gone out to sample some of the indie games that are around and kind of said, maybe you might want to think about this?
Yeah, I've gotten to talk to a few people. Not as much as I want to. Hopefully tomorrow is the day that I get a chance to see some people. So, but yeah, that's what we do. And I've already handed out a lot of business cards. So after conventions, I usually get 100 emails like, hey, how do I add this? What is this thing? And we just give as much feedback as we can.
Now you guys tend to spotlight, I know I've seen this before, you guys spotlight like a game that does accessibility very well every year, like an AbleGamers Game of the Year. Can you give us an example of a game that is doing accessibility in all the right ways?
So we actually just gave the Game of the Year to Rocket League last year, which was pretty awesome. They have a lot of different features. You can slow down time, you can change the size of the ball. They have a tracking feature where you can see where the ball is, so you can play the game one-handed pretty easily. They have a lot of good features with it.
Yeah, and that's just a game for anybody that can kind of pick up and play, so that's awesome that they put that in there so that everybody can pick it up and play.
Absolutely.
All right. How are you enjoying MAGFest so far? Is this your first year here? Have you been here before? Or?
So this is actually my first year at MAGFest. I've been to a bunch of conventions. MAGFest is always the one that's on my list that I see all the pictures from, and I'm like, I want to go to MAGFest. So we finally made it this time.
Awesome. Well, have a good rest of your show. Thank you very much for talking to us, and best of luck to AbleGamers charity. I think you guys are doing great work.